Hi everybody, thanks for coming on over to my channel. Love you guys, so glad you're here. I want to say hi and thank yous to some new subscribers. Katie Linda, Grandma Allison, Hope Kelly, and Eloise Malaquias. So happy that you're part of my little community here. We have so much fun. In today's video, I'm going to be working more on my envelope journal turned vintage. This is the third video of the series so far. Didn't realize I was going to make a series, but all of a sudden here it is. Right now I'm flipping through what I've done so far, and we're going to have some more fun and add more fun stuff as we go along. And this layering right here just brings me joy. That just feeds my inner creative monster. So I've got more pages to do, and we're going to get started. But before I get going, my last couple of videos, I've really wanted to have my cardboard line making tool handy, but I can't find it. So this box that I have in my room right now, I just tore a piece of that off, and I'm going to make another one. It's not as wide, but it'll do the trick. So it took me a little bit to get all these pieces, the little pieces between the lines off, but I finally got there, and it's going to work just fine. Love it. Perfect. I could have gotten another line down low, but I'll just put a border down there of some sort. I'm really glad I have this little tool now. So yeah, make one for yourself. They're super easy to make. All right, I'm going to get started on these things, on these pages, and we'll see what we come up with. So I got myself a little stuck here, and so I pull out my little list here, and you can see what I'm looking at. And I decide that I'm going to use stamps, and it's going to be the postage stamps, and I'll just do some in the corner or down the edge. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm going to use my stamps. So I brought out my little folios. I made these a while ago, and I have a video on how I made the floral one. Very nicely done. I love it. And some stamps, these on the right here, are from a stamp catalog, if you can imagine. So yeah, those aren't vintage at all, but the rest of these are. And this little folio I made a while ago, and it houses all of my stamps, different sizes, different colors, and I've got a ton of them. I found them, I believe, on, was it Amazon? It could have been Etsy. I'm not quite sure. But some gentleman just had stacks of these things. So, you know, and he sold them for very reasonably. So I just pull out a few of them, and let's see what I come up with. So I'm doing these few stamps, and I kind of like how they are, but something's not quite right. So I go ahead and I grab my stamps again, and I look through some, and I change my mind several times before I choose the ones that I choose, and you'll see what those are in a minute. So I love the lace and how that's going to add another one of those layers to the page edges that the book is starting to get. And now I just have to figure out what to do on the rest of the gray part. I could leave it blank, but I can't leave well enough alone. I just want to do something else on there. So I go through a few idea changes here and you'll see what I end up with. These ideas, they'd all work. I think that they would all look okay. But I just remember there's something else that I haven't done in a while, and I wanted to grab that before I forgot. And I just want to see how it would turn out. That's not it. I'm going to use that on something else because that's just fun. I get a little distracted from this page. You'll see. There we go. Changing gears, but that's how we roll. Doesn't really matter, does it? Like I said, we could do whatever we want. But I like this peacock paper. Say that 3 times fast. And it works really good right there. And then I come back to the other page. And here's a stamp I haven't used in a long while. I like it, but what I thought it would turn out looking like didn't. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It's not awful. I don't hate it, but it's just my expectations were something different. It still works, and that's what we do. When things don't turn out the way we think, we just make it work, right? I can still write on that, and it has a pretty background. We're calling that a happy happenstance. And my husband went and got me coffee. Isn't he sweet? So anyway, it was more like he went and got coffee. Hey, honey, do you want one? Of course. Anyway, so that's what happens when things don't always go the way you want. And I don't know the difference between distress oxide and then distress ink. I don't know what the difference is. Honestly, I can't even tell you. So I'm sure I could find out if I did some research, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. That'd take time. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving on here, and I'm having a blast. I hope you're having fun too. Yes, I have already used this paper, but yes, I'm going to use it again. I like the colors, how they go with the gray across the page to the other side, and how the other subtles are in there, subtle colors are in there as well. And it's just, I can make it fit on these long envelopes really well. So yeah, I'm kind of cheating, going easy on here, not doing anything really new, but it works out fine. I like it, so I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to pull out one of these little fabric scrap borders, and I'm going to start doing the whole layering look going the other direction. So it looks like that lace is going to be sort of the largest piece that's going to be on the layers of the edge layers, and this is just going to start building up the back part of the book with layers going the other direction. So I'm happy about that. You know, these little happy accidents. I don't mind that at all. And I got sidetracked by this side of the page. And I forgot I didn't finish the other side. So wait, back up, back it all up. Let's finish off what we got here. Do a little distressing and finish this page first and then move on to the other page. It's so easy to get distracted when you're doing these kind of projects. But that's okay. That's how it all is. It works out fine. It gets all done and it's beautiful in the end. Instead of putting a little image on there, I have these stamps that they're little borders, and you can use them to put in titles or dates. And I like this one particularly. Don't know why, I just do. But it goes really well with a lot of page toppers. It's just cute. It's like one of those drawer label plaque things, you know, if you have a file cabinet, but it adds another layer, a visual layer. And what are we going for in here? Lots of layers. At least that's what it's ending up doing. So, which is great. I love it. So with that page finished off nicely, I'm ready to work on the other side here. I like how the left page looks, so I'm going to move on to work on the right side of this page. I'm in the center of the book, so that makes me feel good. And I've thinking about what to do, and yeah, I come up with something I think turns out pretty nice. So this book page is from an Emily Dickinson poem book. And it's just really pretty. There's really no place to write on it. It doesn't quite work through the window, but it's just pretty and it fits nicely. And I kind of want to do that, put it there. And so I'm going to cover up all the rest of the mailing ink with a few other things, and that's going to finish off the page. Well, I like it. So let's take a look at what, yeah, put that in there. Isn't that pretty? That works nicely. That looks vintage to me. So let's go back and see what we've done. How many pages we did, I don't remember. I think we started there. Yep, got some stamps. Those turned out nice. I like that page. And then the pink I'm getting used to. It's growing on me. And then the peacock paper page and more ruffles. And I love this. I love how it's just starting to do that whole edges that are layered thing. And this beautiful poem that we have on the back with Emily Dickinson. It can go either way. But like I said, it doesn't quite work through the window. And I don't care. It's whatever. So that's what I have so far, and I'm so happy so far. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you're having fun too. I hope you're all staying well and getting a chance to craft. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and as always, God bless.